So this is 2023. Welcome back to our car comparison series. We have the 2021 G63 AMG and this 2020 Range Rover SVautobiography. While they both have a pure heritage, they both started far back in 1970. The Gwagon, started as a military vehicle, has gone on to be one of the best-selling SUVs ever. It's the best-selling Mercedes SUV as far as I'm concerned and as far as the world is concerned.
Well, this is the most powerful and yet the most luxurious SUV in the Range Rover Vogue lineup, the SVautobiography. And in today's comparison, you are going to tell us which you think is the better between the two of them.
Lucky.
What?
I want that car, madam.
You have the one that me.
Come on. This is a Vogue, so basically we have the very beautiful headlight and beautiful markers, enough space on the grill to take in air to our V8 engine. We have 6 sensors for parking assist, and then we have this camera here to aid our 360 camera. Now we have rain sensors, pedestrian detection, and lane keeping assist sensors all up here. Very beautiful brake lamps with LED strip, power tailgate, and enough trunk space. So I have enough trunk space. I can carry a whole lot of things here. Then I can have picnic with my babe here too. I have spare tire with alloy rim. Though it's not the same one that comes with the car, but alloy rim. That's an option. Now, if my babe is short, I can take the car down by just pressing a button, and I can also take it up by just pressing this same button. I have so much refuse in this car, in just one car. First of all, this car comes with the perfect interior, red and black. Now the leather is super soft and sweet. This is original leather, not all those nonsense that you see on other cars. Range Rover did a perfect job finishing this car. Now I have this. It serves as a cup holder and has other purposes. So on a good day, if me and madam are having issues, I could just say, clean your lane while I stay here. This serves as the middleman. Now I have dual climate control here, and I have dual climate control in the front. So I have 4 climate controls in the whole of this car. Now, if the sun or the weather is so hot, I can close my panel by just tapping this button, and that's fine. I can control the whole of my seats and the seat in front of me from just this coaster here. This screen for my entertainment, strictly for my entertainment, and I have 10 speakers behind, 10 whole Meridian speakers. So if I want to jam inside this car, perfect jamming. Headroom is perfect, legroom is perfect. I have massage seats in front. Bro, this is a Range Rover SV. It is the fullest option of the Range Rover Vogue. Fullest option. Anyways, there's a whole lot more to talk about. I can't put that here. See this sliding. My big brothers will say automatic everything. Everything in this car is automatic. Sweet machines done properly. From my angle here, I have heads-up display, red paddle shifters. Now this gear knob, it comes up and goes down when I turn off the car. I have USB ports, chargers, and then I have a cool box for my drink. I have cup holders here. I have double screens here. This for infotainment and this for weather controls and a whole lot more. Super sweet digital display on this dashboard, and its colors very fine. While this dashboard, the finishing on the dashboard and the stitching is also very neat. Remember, it comes with black and red, so it's unique. It's not like the car we're comparing with it. I can increase my ride height by just pressing this button, holding it down, or come back here, press this button, and I just hold it down, and the car goes down all the way, whichever way I want. If I want to drive on this bumpy road, or if I want to take it up on a very crazy road. So I decide how I want to do that. So I have rear locking differentials, terrain response to off-road, adaptive cruise control, and then I have cross traffic. If I'm reversing and I don't see a car coming, the car brakes on its own. And then I have pedestrian detection too. If I'm going forward and it notices someone is trying to cross, the car brakes on its own. It might be abruptly, but then you're saving a life. That's part of the safety feature on this car. And overall, this car has 29 speakers, so we can do a small party inside this particular car. Unlike the Gwagon, the box, forget that thing. Anyways, people that buy this car are sophisticated people, soft people, people who know the value of owning a Range Rover, people who can maintain it. You don't see regular small children driving Range Rovers, no. This car is for people with class. So if you want this car, tell me in the comment section that this is the better car. Thank you.
With me for this time, I have the Mercedes G63, the 2020 model, and this is the most desirable Mercedes SUV. Like, this car got sold out on pre-order, as in they had to stop production. That's how much of it was ordered, and I think that is something that is really insane. It also is the highest performing variant or version of its series. So for its series, of course, we have the G63 and the G550. So this is the one that is everything in one SUV. You name it, luxury, performance, and off-roader, this SUV here has it. Now for this generation, of course, this was sort of redesigned in the year 2019 and had or got a new facelift. So you have somewhat curvier design, something that stands out more, and then they still retain that vintage, unique, boxy look that represents the G-Wagon and retains what it is known for. So of course in the front, you get the front brush bar, you have your very beautiful AMG grills, then you have these beautiful headlamps that have circular daytime running lamps, which are beautiful. You have your side indicators right here on the top, which is something you do not see anywhere at all. On the side, you have the very flat surface that is this SUV. We have 22-inch rims right there, 6-piston brake calipers with ventilated discs, AMG, right? And then you have this beautiful side mirror that also received a new look for this particular generation. It also has a camera because you get a 360-degree camera, parking view, you have a side indicator, blind spot detection, which is amazing. And then you have this, typical of the G-Class, the G63, the G-Wagon, doors that you have to slam just to get closed, and that is something that is amazing. Of course, you also have the door hinges, you have this very edgy look. At the rear, of course, you get the same size of the rims, but you get 4-piston brake calipers, and still you have that ventilated brake disc. At the back, you have your spare tire hanging on the door, which I think is really unique. It's something that we used to find in old cars, and most modern cars have found a way to tuck it underneath the car, but the G-Wagon still retains it. So that is really cool. You also do get your LED taillights, which I think is amazing. As simple and small as it is always, it's never going away. But you see this, if you're somebody who can afford this car, you either have an indoor gym or you don't want to go to the commercial gym. And if you think you need to gym and you don't have an indoor gym, you can just use this rear door, because this thing is so weighty, but it is cool. So it ushers you into a very roomy cargo area as compared to the previous generation or other generations of the G-Wagon. So of course you get a lot of space right here, which is very useful. And this rear door, being that it is a door and not a tailgate, has its advantage in this situation. The cabin of this generation of the G-Wagon also received a very massive upgrade compared to the previous generation. So right here, of course, you have a 12.3-inch digital screen, which has both your infotainment system and the fully digital gauge cluster. You also do get this grab handle, because just like I said, this car is so amazing, you can also take it off-road. It was literally built for that. It is very rugged. You get the dual-tone interior, black on red, beautifully right here, and then you have this glove box, which is not so spacious, but it's just okay, right? You also do get this entire section of the car, but to give you more details of the car, you can't just be in here and not do this. Listening to that ignition sound every time is just, it's music to my ears. But anyway, so you have the Mercedes command system on the infotainment system, which is a bit of a slack in this regard because you do not have the latest version of the MBUX interface, which most Mercedes cars of this year actually use. But that aside, you get your 3-zone climate controls right here with your air vents that remind you of, I don't know what to relate this to. Like, these circular vents remind me of something, but I can't seem to remember right now. In the middle here, you also do get your locking differentials. You get 3 of them, so 1 for the center, 1 for the rear, and 1 for the front. Here you get your climate zone controls, which I think are easy to use because they actually are. I do not, however, like this clock down here, but then again, it has to be there. The clock has to be somewhere. It can't be up here, it can't be here, where it used to be before. So I think this is just okay, nonetheless. Then you get some storage, which is pretty good. You also do get storage for your key fob, which a lot of brands always forget to do. Very cool. Then you get your 12-volt socket, 12 cup holders, and on this side, you have the controls for your infotainment system, which is compatible with Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. Can this car do that? Does it have that? The Gwagon also has very beautifully these red seats that are perforated because they are heated and they are ventilated. They also do have these side bolsters that hug you in place when you are cornering. And every time this hugs me, it makes me feel loved. Like, please, can the SV autobiography relate? Someone just tell me in the comment section. Anyway, on this side, of course, you have your fully digital gauge cluster, which shows you all of the information it is that you need to see. You have this very beautiful AMG steering wheel, which is just very sturdy. It also is heated, and then you get this leather strap on the side, and then it has this flat bottom on each side, which makes it easy for you to grip. You also have these very beautifully built, designed, like, I don't know how to describe it, but these are made of top-notch materials, these paddle shifters. Then you have, of course, your neck gear and your wiper controls and a lot more. So on this side, you get your driver assistant features, and on this side, you get your voice controls as well as your infotainment or media controls. You also do get your exhaust valve, which I can open up the exhaust system and close it. By tapping on it, I can also switch between or among functions, all of these from which I can control from here. Of course, they include your traction control. You have your suspension settings, so you get 3 suspension modes. You have Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus. And on Sport Plus, this thing is just wild. But on normal, this car rides like the performance car, but in a luxury body that it is. So it dampens all the things on the road. You don't feel an inch, and that is just so cool. You also do get manual mode, from which you can shift your gears manually, which I think is very amazing. Now on this entire side, on this other side rather, you get a tow hood that allows you to switch through the drive mode. So you get Comfort, you get Individual, you get Snow mode, you get Sport, and then you get Sport Plus. Can you hear that? That is just super cool. Then speaking more on what you have in the infotainment system, you also have your luxury, your comfort settings, which include a massage function, for example. So you get a massage function for the 2 front seats, you get heated and ventilated seats for the 2 front seats, you get heated seats for the rear seats, which I think is mind-blowing. You get ambience lighting, and you can also switch through or scroll through your driver assistance features, which are a ton in this car, and that is just lit. At the back, compared to the other generation, the older generation of the Gwagon, you get a ton of space. So I have this lot of headroom, this lot of legroom. And I think something that excites me about the headroom is the fact that, so there's a sunroof in front, right? And then you have like an elevated part of the roof, which happens to fall in the rear section of this car. You also have this very beautiful to touch Alcantara roofline, which is very good. On this side, of course, you have an armrest with 2 cup holders. I'm not very sure if I particularly like the cup holders that are exposed. I hope it's not something that he can use to take on me, but I mean, they're still very helpful anyway. But if you take this up, it also allows you to have more room for someone to sit in the middle, and very comfortably at that. You also have your 3rd climate zone control right here at the back with 2 beautiful air vents, as well as more air vents on the pillars, which is really cool. So when it comes to the performance of these 2 cars, on my part, I have not just any, but the almighty Mercedes M177, a 4-liter twin turbocharged V8, 2 massive turbochargers, and this is mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. This car puts out about 847 Newton meters of torque and 577 horsepower, and despite weighing 5,800 pounds, like 5.8 tons, this car sprints from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 4 seconds. This is so lit. All all of this power is sent to all four wheels of the car, which is amazing. And this is not just a 4matic, it's a 4x4, and it's a crazy off-roader. I mean, take a look at this thing. The only downside to it is, just like every car in its class of its type, it's a fuel guzzler.
So she has just been talking power, power, power. Yeah. All-wheel drive, blah, blah. We don't care. This is about luxury. This is a 5.0 liter supercharged V8 engine that produces 575 horsepower and 697 Newton meters. All of this is mated into an 8-speed automatic transmission. And then all of this comes out in an all-wheel drive system. This is luxury, so I'm not telling you 0 to 100, 0 to 60, no. You want to drive in comfort, luxury, and all of that. If you go off-road with this car, it will still outdo the Gwagon. That's my take.
Are you certain?
Yes.
You are certain?
Yeah.
You are very certain.
Yeah, she wants to find. When a car of about 200 million, to collapse the back seat, I have to do it manually. Wrong. Now, you say I can take this car off-road. The gear lever is on the neck and it's so soft. So imagine trying to do this and then boom, it breaks. Now, thirdly, I have to slam the door to close it. So when I go to where I have luxurious people, I have to announce myself that I'm getting the door. No, now.
But your car is old money, right? And then still your infotainment system is slow. Your handling and steering response are off. And then in order to give you luxury and comfort, they triggered a lot of things, but you get body roll in exchange for that, which doesn't make sense. Anyway, guys, which of these two cars are you going to take? I mean, this is new money, you get value for your money. This is old money, and it still is a beautiful ride. Tell us in the comment section. And we've come to the end of today's episode. Please do want to subscribe, like this video, share, and we will see you in the next episode.
Ciao.